I'm Phil Bolton with the Global Atlanta News Service, and today I have the privilege of being with Shawn Wilson, president of the New Look Foundation. Welcome, Shawn.
Thank you.
How did you get involved in New Look?
You know, I've been a nonprofit pretty much my whole life, since I was 14 years old with traditional nonprofits like the YMCA Boys and Girls Club. Worked my way up from a camp counselor to an executive of a multi-million-dollar branch by the time I was 24. Moved to Atlanta and heard that Usher, the artist, was looking to really take his philanthropic efforts to the next level, and he wanted someone from a traditional nonprofit background. So I interviewed for the position and got it.
Usher grew up in Atlanta.
Correct.
And Atlanta has been important to his career and the development of his career. And does that explain his loyalty to Atlanta?
Yeah, I think a couple things. I think that one, absolutely, he was born in Chattanooga, but raised in Atlanta for the most part. And, so I think that does definitely explain, some of his loyalty to it and the youth of Atlanta. But I think his passion for youth overall is really what drives him to start and lead a youth empowerment movement. And, I think Atlanta is blessed to be in a position, to really host and grow an organization like the New Look Foundation. And I think rightly so, because New Look is an international organization and Atlanta is an international city. So I think it's only fitting that we grow the organization here.
The World Leadership Conference
Yes.
is taking place annually in Atlanta, is
Correct.
that correct?
Correct.
And you use that as an educational tool, but also to give awards to certain individuals.
Yeah, the World Leadership Conference is really a part of the New Look model. So the mission of New Look is to certify youth as leaders throughout the world. Our certification, three-phase certification process is backed by Emory University. We certify youth on a local and national and international level. So the World Leadership Conference is really that first phase of local certification for youth. And what we do is we really help them understand how to get to core root of issues in their communities, whether it's a community in Atlanta or a community in Kenya. Understanding how to get to the core root of an issue and how to solve it through your talents is an important skills for youth to have and to be able to demonstrate. So by bringing 400 or 500 youth together from all around the world and providing our youth with the opportunity to train their peers in those two, local areas is a very important piece of our model.
How did you get Emory University involved?
Our relationship with Emory goes back to 2007. And we approached Emory because one thing Usher was very upfront about from day one once he hired me is that he wanted New Look to be a sustainable organization that stood on its own when it came to programming, impact, or whatnot. So we could see no better way than to engage a university that had a global appeal. And we approached Emory and said, we want to be an organization that's taken serious, that's doing good work, that's providing results to the community. And, to Emory's credit, they've been with us ever since. So they helped us with our strategic plan in 2007, helped us evaluate our model in 2008, 2009. And then in 2010, helped us to really format the certification process that we're utilizing now.
Well, I was very interested to see the core competency that you've involved here, and I saw that you had support from Georgetown University, Emory, and
UCLA,
others.
Yep.
How much thought went into all that?
A lot. It's important to be strategic in philanthropy. It's always important to be strategic, period. But I think when it comes to philanthropic efforts, I think it's even that much more important because what you're trying to accomplish and the fact that you have so many people investing in your work. So we want to make sure that if you make an investment with New Look, that that we're going to use that investment in the most strategic way possible to bring the maximum benefit to the youth, to our target market as possible. New Look has developed a model that for every $1 that's invested, there's a $43 rate of return. And we measure that by a couple things. One, 98% of our youth who stay in our program 2 years or longer graduate high school. and go on to college. So when you look at our average versus some of the city averages that we're in, our youth are graduating high school, going on to college, so we know they're going to make more money in the long run. Our youth are then graduating college, so we know they're going to make more money in the long run. Why that's important is because ultimately by making more money, they're paying more taxes, meaning that they're able to contribute to society more. We also know that high school and college graduates are less likely to end up on drugs, alcohol, and require services that cost the taxpayer money. So not only are they paying into the community, but they're also not taking from the community and services. So by measuring those numbers, we know for every $1 that you provide us, there's $43 in impact. So it's a strong rate of return.
Tell us about the awards. And we know that President Clinton
Absolutely.
and Ted Turner are award recipients.
Absolutely.
But there are others as well. And how do you determine who they are?
You know, the awards was important because, you know, part of what we want to do is inspire youth. And most of the time we use their peers to inspire them. You know, so peer-to-peer training, peer-to-peer mentoring is really an important piece. But, you know, once a year we want to come together and really put them in a room with the Ted Turner, put them in a room with the President Clinton, and help them understand that they're the next President Clinton, they're the next Ted Turner, and that they should aspire to be nothing less. You
have given awards to youth around the world.
Correct.
Who's getting them this year?
You know, I'm just so proud to have one of our own receiving an award, which is a tradition, Brandon Hamilton. You know, this is a young man who has just this year alone traveled to Vancouver, to Africa, training his peers, certifying his peers, and then
in disaster relief. Is that what you said?
Well, our youth train on our core model, that first first phase of local leadership. So he trains his peers how to get to the core root of an issue.
And tell us just what that is.
So what we teach youth is, for instance, if a youth says, I'm really concerned about homelessness. Now, most of the time, their first thought is to take homeless individuals blankets and food, right? But what we teach our youth is to think deeper. It's great to do that, and that's an important service, but how did the homeless person get there? What's the core root of that issue? Is it drug abuse? Is it economic downturn? What is it? So we really teach our youth how to attack issues at the core root of its cause. Because as we all know, with a tree, if you chop off a branch, what happens? It grows back. But if you chop off the root, it kills the tree. And so when attacking issues in the community, we want our youth to think deeper and more thoughtful on how to bring that tree down or bring that issue down.
And you have trainers that work with them to learn these skills?
Yeah, our staff train the trainer. So our staff train the youth, who then train their peers on that exact same model.
How extensive is New Look now? I understand that Usher is touring the world,
he just
performing.
Finished his tour. He just finished his tour, and true to his passion, he brought us along on about 6 stops, including London, where our youth went into the community nationally, internationally, and led trainings. So even though he's on tour and very busy, New Look is never too far from his heart.
Does he have to change his style and his modus when he goes to different countries?
You know, I don't think so. I mean, I think cool is cool no matter where you are around the world. And, from seeing crowds all around the world, I see that they respond to him the exact same way. But he's an expert in understanding how to motivate youth. And whether he's motivating youth in London or Africa or Atlanta, they all respond the same way.
And it's through dance and voice that he does this?
Well, the 4 leadership pillars of New Look is talent, education, career, and service. And so talent is what I call the secret sauce of New Look, because we meet youth where they are. So no matter what youth say they want to be, we embrace that, and then we help them understand how to use education, a career path, and service to really become a well-rounded, successful individual.